Hello, 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 and welcome to Expand the Conversation with Jillian, podcast, but like YouTube channel. I'm not going to be putting this on the podcast. This is a very like last minute kind of energy read for the full moon in Gemini. The energy's been really interesting. Like a lot of the times, I don't know, the last few full like super moons, it's been very emotional for me. A lot's been coming up and I've been feeling a lot calmer. Got a bit of a congestion situation going on. So we're just kind of working with that. But also, that's just telling me where I need to listen to my body and rest. Luckily, I am going to a sound bath this evening, which is going to be incredible. So, first off, let's start with do something for yourself. When we talk about Gemini energy, it's going to be very communicative, very chatty, very very, I want to say outgoing, but also like not outgoing at all. So, noticing what's coming up about yourself under this full moon or right now, what's coming up about yourself that is maybe opposites. Because when we talk Gemini energy, we've got the twins, right? So, we have the twins, there is multiple personalities happening within the Gemini landscape. So noticing what's coming up for you. Maybe it's something that's not typically what you would do, but allow yourself to lean into that. Allow yourself to lean into that. There's been a lot that I've been reading about how this full moon is a very fated full moon. It's a great time for manifestation. So really getting clear on what's coming up for you right now. When we talk about the communication piece, it's very clear, right? Like what's been coming up for you over the last 2-3 months? What's been coming up? What's something that you know isn't serving you anymore that you really are ready to let go of? Or maybe you're not ready to let go of and it's just time to freaking let it go. So allowing yourself to release these things that are not aligned with you moving forward. Because with this being a super full moon, it's going to be great for manifesting. And when we talk about the manifestations that we're calling in, this is going to be for 2026. So, really allowing yourself to lean into that energy and notice what cannot go with you. Like, I'm sure you already know. And that's the piece that it's like, it's going to be loud. It's going to be very, hey, we're here. And you haven't been paying attention to us. That's that clear communication piece. And even with um, and I'll even say with us being in the shadow period of Mercury in retrograde, um, in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of like miscommunications that'll come up when Mercury's retrograde. And so with this full moon being in Gemini, and honestly, with December being a month 3, which is a communication number, it's where are you not being clear on your communication? Where can you be a little more direct on what you need, what you want? Where can you lean into that more instead of kind of pussyfooting around or I'm just seeing someone like scooching around the edge of a bush instead of just like moving through. And so where can you just lean into the energy of moving through instead of like being coy? Like the time to be coy is not now. With this super full moon and the abilities that you have to be able to manifest it with it, like it's go time. It's go time to get clear on what's no longer serving you, on what you really want in 2026, which honestly, I love that this full moon is so manifestation forward because it's also like the Gemini energy is also very curious. There's a lot of curiosity with Geminis, right? And they want to, so this is an invitation to get curious with yourself. Get curious with yourself where you want to go, but like be honest about it, right? Like be clear with yourself too. And allow yourself to daydream, allow yourself to dream bigger than you have in a long time and really lean into that energy of like I'm curious about what I want and it's taking away the assumption that we already know. Like it's really allowing you to go somewhere new. And maybe it's somewhere you've never been before, but you're like, honestly always been curious about this. So like, why can't I go there now? Dropped some cards, but we got them. So I'm going to pull some cards from some decks while we're here. One of them is say yes. So this takes me back to the Gemini curiosity, right? Like just say yes. What is it that you're noticing that's coming up? You're like, why does this keep coming up? I've never done this before. It makes me nervous. But like in those moments of fear, in those moments of being nervous, those are sometimes the most expansive for us. Even if we find out that specific task or action is not for us, we are still leaning into what's playing out in it. Like, not only are you learning something about yourself, but what else happened where you like, oh, maybe there's that realization that's coming through. So really being curious about it and saying, okay, what am I going to learn out of this experience? Because that truly is the Gemini energy of what can, like, you're showing me just like a sponge, like, and this has been true my entire life of like, what can I soak out of every single experience that I'm going through? Where can I be more curious? Where can I see what lesson this is teaching me? So really allowing yourself to say yes and go into that. Horse spirit is here to bring momentum, which is really interesting because we are about to go into the year of the horse next year. This year's been a year 9. It's been a lot of shedding. It has been the year of the snake. So we are going into the year of the horse next year. So horse spirit's here to bring momentum. So what you're saying yes to now is really going to play out through next year. So remember that, especially with this full moon, what you're manifesting right now is going to begin to play out for you next year. If you are open, if you are believing, they're showing me the heart chakra. So remembering to like stay open, like allow yourself to believe that anything's possible. Allow yourself to believe that this life can be magical as fuck, and just let yourself go there. Let yourself go there. Say yes to yourself. You deserve it. You're worth it. You need it. So a message is coming through social media, text, or email. So maybe this is some clarity that you've been waiting on. Maybe it's something that you already have known the answer to, but you really just need to see it again. Or it's something you've been waiting on for a while. So like that's really ready to come through. So just being open and noticing. Sometimes I feel like we ask for signs and they'll come to us through social media, but we're like, oh, well, just saw it, or like don't even pay attention to it. So like really noticing when you're asking for signs, that's kind of the direction they're taking me with this. When you're asking for signs, if you see it on social media, like take the time to be grateful. Say, hey guides, I see you. Hey guides, thank you for the message. Thank you for taking the time to show this to me, because they want to support us and they want to be here with us. And so even if we, even in doing everything, like ask for their support, ask them where you can receive more signs and notice when they're bringing them to you. Let's see, come out of your cave, which I love this too, because it being a collective month 3, that's also a very community-based number. So when we look at the say yes and come out of your cave, like maybe try something new, try something you've never done before. Maybe go to an event you've not gone to before. Go to a full moon circle. Mine's on Saturday if you're in Houston or the Katy area. That was not meant to be a plug, but hey, it worked. So here we are. And if look for one in your area, look at Eventbrite, look at events on Facebook, look for something new. Look for something that's outside of the box. You never know what you'll receive when you're guided there, and I've had people show up to my events that are like, they had no idea who I was and they just happened upon it. And then they were so grateful that they went. And so it's like where you might meet, your new best friend or your new partner if you get out of your cave and you go somewhere new, because sometimes people want to see different results in their life, but ultimately, if we're not choosing something different and actively doing something different, then we will keep seeing the same thing. So where can you shift? Where can you shift out of the box that you've placed yourself in and allow yourself to try something new, get out of your cave and trust me, when I say that, I say it with so much love because my environments in human designs is caves. Like, I love my cozy spaces. I really, truly do. But I also can truly see when they are not serving me. And even just like this sound bath I'm going to this evening, like I'm going by myself. I know the instructor, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm honestly not even in a very like chatty mood, but we're going to see what happens. And even if it's just I'm super activated or it's the exact healing that I need in this moment, like that's perfect. That is the medicine that I need right now. So like allow yourself to really lean into that and to follow those nudges and even the message that's coming through social media, text or email, like that could be an invitation to something, that could like completely change the trajectory of year 2026 and where you're going, right? And what's going to happen there. So really allowing yourself to get curious with that and see just noticing what's coming in, because horse energy's here. Like it's here and it's going to push us forward next year. If you decide to take the time with this full moon and really get clear on what you're releasing, like what can't go with you and what you're manifesting. And sometimes we have to work backwards with that, right? Like looking at what you want and then getting honest with yourself about what cannot come with you if that's what you want. And so even if you need to work backwards with it, like that's totally fine. Just make sure that you're noticing what's coming up. Because if we are just living in a daze and without being mindful and conscious, then sometimes we just allow our subconscious to kind of take control and keep showing us the same patterns that we're tired of and we don't want to be stuck in anymore. So just notice where that's coming up. There's no cards out of my Isis deck that want to come out. So we're going to go to a different one, which was interesting because that whole message felt very like goddess Isis driven. Yeah, so this full moon manifestations, we are really getting clear on what we want, allowing ourselves to just dream bigger, see what you want in 2026 and notice where maybe you're missing the signs, where you're asking for signs, maybe you're asking for support and then it's coming in and you're like, no, I don't want that. Or you won't let people support you because like that is a very common thing that happens. You ask for it and people come and then you're like, no, I won't allow it. So what can we do to shift that? Heart chakra work, being open to receive exactly what we want or more, because sometimes the universe doesn't give us what we want because what we deserve is better. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of like feeling a little sicky myself. So this energy of this full moon is just like super buzzy. Man, I have been like just kind of out of commission all day. And once I really started connecting to the energy of the full moon for tonight, I'm just like, woo! That's That's the energy of the Gemini, right? And it's so funny because it feels so familiar to me. The chattiness, the like, everything about it is just screaming Gemini. And we love it. Like, I mean, I love it. I love the Gemini energy. But let's see, what else do we want to know about the full moon in Gemini? What's the collective need to know? What can they do to use the manifestations for themselves even more? Maybe it's don't want any from this card either, huh? Guides are like, no, not today. Oh, man. I feel like well, I feel like there's a lot of grieving going on right now too. And with that, like reminding yourself it's okay to be sad about what has not gone your way this year, what's fallen apart this year. Allow yourself to grieve. Like, allow yourself to feel those emotions. Allow yourself to notice where maybe you haven't been as mindful as you wanted to be. Like, allow yourself to embrace the human experience, embrace the humanness of it all, embrace where you've not fully been processing your emotions because there's no time. We know it's the holiday season, and so I know it can be fast and furious as we are going through things, but remembering that, like, we still have to take time to feel our feelings. And I even, without feeling our feelings, then we're just shoving it in and getting it stuck. It's just creating a block. So, where can you feel your feelings? Where can you lean into your grief? Allow yourself to grieve the things that we've lost in this year 9. Because, and I also invite you to, I invite you to look at this perspective. When we talk about the tower moment, we talk about the 9, the endings, the cycles, like death, rebirth. Whenever we look at things like this, whenever something is ending, something else is beginning. So even if, like, we look at it where we've got so much loss this year, so much is changing, because sometimes as humans, we see change and we think, oh my God, it's over. But like, so it's just a shift. It's just a shift. And so embracing that shift and then finding where you can be grateful for that shift, or for the things that you don't even know are going to come in yet because of that shift, because that's so exciting. Where can you allow yourself to grieve what you lost, but then also see the excitement in what is new and what's coming? Like, you don't even know the possibilities of 2026. And even if we can show a little gratitude to 2025 and the snake and the shedding and the endings of the year 9, like, I think this is a great time to connect into the gratitude of everything that's been moved out of our way this year for 2026, and for the manifestations that we're looking at or that we want for 2026 to come in. Because if there's no room, then it's not coming in. So allowing yourself to really embrace that, allowing yourself to fully just feel those feelings, feel your feelings, but then also in feeling those feelings, can you possibly have that perspective shift of maybe, just maybe, this worked out in my favor. Maybe this ended for me, and it's just so, I always get weird when I talk about this part, because it's like, even when people pass away, it's very hard for a human mind and our ego to move through that. And the grieving process, like, is really hard because they're no longer in our physical realm. But it gives you the opportunity to deepen your relationship with them spiritually. It allows you to explore new avenues. It allows you to get curious with how you can talk to your angels and guides. It creates a new relationship. It allows you to maybe shift some things that you didn't want to before because it was too hard, or you didn't want this person to see you in a certain light, or, there's just so many different things that can come up with this. So just be open. Be open, please. The heart chakra loves to be open, and so many of us are living with it closed, but that's not the point of this. So yeah, stay open, allow yourself to feel your feelings, try that perspective shift on, try it on, see how it feels, allow yourself to just get curious with what's coming through for yourself, noticing where you can be grateful for the things that are no longer in your life. because the year 9 did what 9s do and cleared it out. But allowing it to be cleared and still keeping our heart open, because our heart needs to be open for us to receive the amazing blessings that are coming in 2026. And get curious with yourself, say yes, do something new, get out there in your community, maybe a new community, just try it on for size. See how it feels for the sake of the plot. Do it for the plot. Allow yourself to just like see what happens. And I mean, even if the situation sucks, like maybe it gives you a really funny story. Maybe it gives you a laugh that you really needed. Maybe you meet a new friend. Who knows? So I pulled some more cards. One is be spontaneous. Be spontaneous, which goes back into do something new. Allow yourself to like get out of your routine for a second, you know? Gemini doesn't always love routine. Where can you shift things up a little bit? Where can you shake it up, do something a little bit different? Again, fresh approach card, same thing, fresh approach. Instead of looking at, oh my God, this is everything I lost this year, can you take a fresh approach on it and see, oh my gosh, this is everything that I have room for next year because all of these other things were moved out of my life. And don't forget that sometimes we cannot see the bigger picture, and that's okay. Like, the purpose of being human is to live our human experience, not to know or understand everything that's happening as it's playing out. So just remember that. Ideal course of action. This is coming back to the paying attention to signs, following your heart, really noticing where you're being led to, even if it doesn't make sense, but taking that action, as well as even if it's just making a manifestation list for 2026, around this full moon energy, right? Like the full moon is today, but this energy is going to go through the weekend. So you have time. Don't feel like just because you haven't seen this video yet, like, oh my God, it's late. Like it's not late. And take a fresh approach. And I just looked at the timer. It was 2:22. So if we look at this and we take an ideal course of action, what is the ideal course of action for you? Do it for yourself. Do it for the plot twist, but for your plot twist. Don't do it for anyone else's plot twist, because ultimately it is your life and you are the main character. And so if you can get clear on what you want, like you never know what's going to happen. And it's just going to be more beautiful than you can even imagine. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's see if one more card wants to come out, because I would like there to, but it's not about what I want. Maybe it's the universe. I've already got the card from that deck. Jillian, leave it alone. Leave it alone. All right, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just excited because I just got that one. It's my animal deck. So this one we've got Wombat Spirit. Be at home. Be at home, which is interesting. We're going to read this one because it's a new deck. I'm not as familiar with it, and I'm getting familiar. So let's see what Wombat Spirit has to say to us, what the message is. Oh no. Wombat Spirit. Here we go. Okay. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well-fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Well-being is the truth of life. Wombat Spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. So with that being said, if you are comfortable within yourself, like, say yes to you. You're saying yes to you. You're being spontaneous for yourself. These are things that you are so solid in who you are, and you are so connected to your heart that you know that no matter what unfolds after that, no matter what happens as far as what's lost, no matter what happens with 2026, that you are going to be okay. And it's almost like this finality of the year of 2025, and the wombat is here saying, like, you're already at home. You already have everything you need. You already have everything you need within yourself. All of this other stuff that's been going on that maybe has been shifted, that's changed, or, the losses come in, like, all of that, if you can connect with yourself and lean into who you really are, I think it's you are the answer. And I truly believe that, like, you are always the answer. You are always going to be what is coming through the most. You're always going to be like your own energy, your self-connection, the way you treat yourself, like behind closed doors, not outwardly into the world. What the self-talk you have, everything that you have with your relationship with you is going to be more important than anything else in the world. If you can connect into that, then everything is going to fall into place. Because if you're connecting with yourself on a deeper level, if you're saying yes to yourself, if you're saying yes to your intuition, if you're saying yes to the signs that you're seeing, and you're following your soul's lead, then everything else will fall into place. You don't need anything else. Like, if you can create that safe home in yourself, and if you can truly feel that within yourself, then you become, I'm not saying you're not going to have human emotions, but you will always know that you are safe within yourself, no matter what changes in your external world. So it's important to remember that. We're going to do one more thing. This is a happy pocket full of money. This is a book about quantum physics, really, and manifestation. It's not always just about money, but I wanted to open the book to a page and see what message it has for us on this Gemini full moon. Okay, let's see. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. For what are possessions but things you keep and guard for fear you may need them tomorrow? And what is fear of need but fear itself? Is not dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable? There are those who give little of the much of which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gift unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked through understanding. For in truth, it is life that gives unto life, while you who deem yourself a giver are but a witness, and you are all receivers. I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. All other things held constant to the extent that an individual or society shares and gives in the right way. So will it have wealth and happiness? This is bringing me back to the do it for the plot twist, but like, do it for you. Do it for your plot twist. You know the truth. And even that whole piece of talking about giving from yourself, like when you truly give from your heart and you lead with your heart and you do something out of pure kindness instead of for recognition, instead of because you should, then you're really allowing yourself to attract more abundance in. Because when you feel like you should be doing something that's definitely, it's not giving back to you. honestly, if you're just doing something because you should, it is just creating an energetic leak. It's like you're carving a hole out in your aura and you're saying, I'm going to let someone else control me. Like, I just want to be a puppet still. And that's not this full moon is your opportunity, like I said, to not just let your subconscious lead you anymore, to consciously choose what you're wanting to call into 2026. And if, next year, 2026 is a 1 year, so beginnings, it's all about new beginnings, but that is truly going to show up for those that have noticed the patterns coming up, noticing what cannot go with them next year. Because if you don't decide differently or cut the cords or like actively choose something different than what's been going on in your life, you will continue to see the same patterns. So, with that said, get out and try something new. Be curious like the Gemini. Try something new. You may not know what you'll learn in that moment, and just allow yourself to go with it. Say yes to yourself, to opportunities, when it feels aligned, right? And this isn't like I'm tired, I'm lazy, I don't want to do that right now. This is like that sounds really interesting. I'm curious, but I'm a little nervous. Like, lean into it. Lean into it. And remember the wombat. Remember the wombat. You are your home. It always comes back to you. And I will be sharing more on this because this is like a true belief for myself. It's something that I've learned more and more. It always comes back to you. You are the key. You are the magic. You are the key. You have the capability of creating a life you completely and truly desire, and you just got to let yourself do it. Take your ideal course of action. Maybe get a fresh approach. Try that perspective shift. Can you be grateful for the things that have left you this year, that can't go with you, that created space for you? And be a little spontaneous. Anyway, that's all for me. I'm going to get ready to go to my sound bath. And thank you for being here. If you connected with this, or if this resonated for you, or even if you want to tell me what you're manifesting or what you're not taking with you after this full moon, please drop it in the comments. If you're in the Houston/Katy/Sugar Land area, I am hosting a full moon ceremony where we will be doing a cacao ceremony. There will be sound healing. There will be meditation. There will be a high energy healing. I will put the link in the comments, so if you want to fill a spot, you can. There are only 4 spots left, so make sure you sign up. That is Saturday, December 6th. And yeah, if you want me to do a card reading for you, I will be doing card readings for 2026 through the end of December for $44 hairs or dollars. So let me know. I'll put a link in the bio, or not my bio, in the comments. But thank you for listening. Thanks for being here. Happy full moon.